souvenir. And it came to pass. The rock and roll was born. Love across the land, every rock and band going up the song. And the guitar man got famous. And the businessman got rich. And everybody was a superstar. With a spirit. Know what I want.
Riders on the storm.
And the music was good and the music was loud.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. I am BJ Duvall. Joining me momentarily is going to be Stephen McMillian. We are live here with the Bluegrass Cup Series from Atlanta Motor Speedway. We got the new configuration out here once again today. Been here all week long. Qualifying already underway. We have right about 6 minutes left in qualifying. Top 5 right now is John Kinder, Josh Clemens, Sean Kostritza, RS Center, and Matt Grenier is our top 5 in qualifying right now. Out on track is out of Owensboro, Kentucky, Brian Terry in the number 13. He'll go 13th quick on his first run. His first lap, we'll see if he can better that his second time around. And new to the Cup Series, haven't had him here yet this season, is the driver out of Ottawa, Iowa, I believe that is, Bill Miller, driver for World of Thunder Racing. It's a bit of a surprise to see that one. So it's nice to see him come out on track. Brian Terry will go 9th quick on his second lap. John Kinder, Josh Clemens, Dustin Reinsettle, Sean Kostritza, our center, Matt Grenier, Brandon Holder, Jonathan Atkins, Brian Terry, and Alex Huffman, your top 10 in qualifying right now. "37 cars lined up here for tonight." Bill Miller will go 19th quick on his first lap. Chuck Blake moves in that 15th spot. Mike Peters 13th. While these guys are still out qualifying, we'll take a quick second to talk about tonight's race for just a split second here. Going into tonight, we have 134 laps. Stage break will be on lap number 55. Top 5 in points is going to be Curtis Preston leading the way. Brandon Holder second. Keith Hackney third. Travis Twitty fourth. And G.T. Hawkins tied with Alex Huffman for that 5th spot. I have to double check. I just told you how many laps there were, but I got to double check. 134. And just trying to make sure I've got everything caught up on my end here. Make sure I've got everything set. Qualifying still
Looks like broadcast
underway.
only on YouTube tonight. No Facebook. No go on Facebook.
And I'm getting word there's no go on the Facebook side of YouTube. Everything shows that it's working, so I'm not real sure about that. Not real sure why the Facebook side's not running. But out of Texas is going to be the 8 machine of TJ Hanley out on track right now. He's going to go 25th quick his first time around. Bill Miller went 7th quick, by the way. Give a quick mention to him. So John Kinder, Josh Clemens, Justin Reinsettle, Sean Kostritza, RS Center, your top 7. TJ Hanley's going to qualify 8th quick on his second lap. Scott Fritz going to knock RS Center off of that number 5 spot. Also out
Broadcast
on
is up on Facebook.
track in the 16, Rocky Boyd the third. Also joining him on track out of Columbus, Ohio, it is the 14 of GT Hawkins. Sharp looking machine out there tonight. Rocky Boyd's first lap's going to put him 29th quick as he stuck it up to the high side. Took the time to build up some speed. GT Hawkins is going to go 26th quick on his first lap. JJ Hanley moves into that 9th spot. Five Toyotas in the field. 6 Fords in the field. Everybody else is a Chevy. And Rocky Boyd is going to go 4th quick on his second lap. It's going to knock Sean Kostritza down to 5th. Scott Fritz down to 6th. Mo Abbott, he's going to go 23rd quick on his second lap. GT Hawkins moved into that 15th spot. 30 drivers have put a time in so far. 38 drivers have yet to put a time in. Those drivers are going to be Keith Hackney, Curtis Preston, Bill Hales, Ron Morris Jr., Josh Lockwood, James Silvers, and Tyler Evans. Right about 10 seconds left here in qualifying. Looks like those drivers are not going to be putting a time in out here tonight. As qualifying does come to an end. As soon as results come up on my end, we will bring up our qualifying results here. Qualifying comes to a close. It's going to be John Kinder with quick time out here tonight. Josh Clemens, Justin Ryan, Settle, Rocky Boyd, and Sean Kostritza is your top 5. And it's time for tonight's starting grid. Starting on the pole out of Carolina, it's going to be the 5 of John Kinder to his outside. High side Hustlers Motorsports number 28, Josh Clemens. Inside row number 2, JC Motorsports in the 18, Dustin Reinstedel. And to his outside, the 16 of Rocky Boyd. Row number 3 to the inside, World of Thunder Racing is going to be the 46 of Sean Kostritza. Lineup to his outside, T. Berry Motorsports number 1, Scott Fritz. Row number 8 to the inside, RSR Esports number 22, RS Center. To his outside, High Side Hustlers number 72, Tony Iverson. Row number 5 on the inside, Shock Eye Racing number 47. Also racing tonight for World of Thunder Motorsports is going to be the 47 of Bill Miller. To his outside, THR number 8, TJ Hanley. Row 6 to the inside, YNH Motorsports number 15, Matt Grenier. To his outside, the Syndicate number 9, Brandon Holder. Row number 7 to the inside, Shock Eye Racing number 57, Jonathan Atkins. To his outside is the 49 of Chuck Blake. Row number 8, inside Cornerstone Motorsports number 14, GT Hawkins. Line up to his outside, the Syndicate number 13, Brian Terry. Row 9 to the inside. In the 38, it is David Brackett. Line up to his outside, YNH Motorsports number 3, Brandon Robertson. Row 10 to the inside, Elite Motorsports number 2 is going to be Alex Huffman. To his outside, JC Motorsports number 25, Lucas Lyons. Row number 11, inside is going to be Justin Winters in the 7. To his outside, the 88 of Nick Mills. Row number 12 to the inside, the 48 of Mo Abbott. To his outside, Travis Twitty in the 29.
No, Mike. If you ask for EOL,
Row 13 to the inside, Mike Peters in the 96. To his outside, David Farm in the 84. 27th is going to be Jonathan Swartz. 28th, Peyton Hubbard. 29th, Ryan Patty. To his outside, Frankie Barroso. 31st is going to be Curtis Press. To his outside, James Silvers. 33rd is going to be Bill Hales. To his outside, Jason Bridges. 35th, Keith Hackney. On his outside, Tyler Evans.
Up here.
And your final row tonight is going to be Ron Morris Jr. to the inside, Joshua Lockwood to his outside. It sounds as though
We're not going green.
Stephen
Not going green.
McMillian has joined the show.
Well, I gotta close those gaps.
Bridges, you are blinking bad.
All right, BJ. Thank you, sir. How you doing tonight? Thank
Oh. Doing fantastic.
you for running a little late, I am, huh?
It's quite alright, Steve. It is quite alright. We got things rock and rolling. We're set. We're ready. Ready to put on a show. And I'm trying to figure out how to speed up that bar across the top, because I feel like that is really slow.
Broadcast.
Well, that is taking kind of slow, but that's all right.
Race comms.
Ooh.
Also, just
up.
sent you some stuff, BJ.
They are hearing Racecom, so I am going to, everybody's going to get to see what happens in the background just a little bit here while I take that off.
Back just to give you a heads up, so don't run me over, please.
I don't do the producing side very often, so y'all will have to bear with me or forgive me.
We go green.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Steve gets to listen to Racecoms this time around.
Yeah, I got loading in as we speak. As we're 2x2, racked and stacked and ready to go, racing for 134 laps. BJ, if it's anything like night number 1, night number 2 with the Trucks and Xfinity Series, it's going to be one hell of a race. We're fixing to witness here tonight with the 37 drivers.
Absolutely. Over the last couple nights, we had several cautions. Last night, less than the truck, showing why they're in Xfinity. Let's see if these guys can do the same, show us why they're in the Cup Series. See if they can put on yet an even better show. Both nights coming to an exciting finish. Forgive me, I do not remember who won the Truck Series. Let's get that pulled up.
Well, we're racing here at Atlanta. Look at it right now, BJ, as we're around about mid-pack, it looks like. So this is something different for me to look at, BJ. I'm not used to this looking on your screen.
Right? I'm trying to get us back up towards the front. There we go. All right, so back up to the front. We've got Scott Fritz scored behind Rocky Boyd right now, Steve. We saw Scott Fritz driving the 01 last night up in the front all night long. Just not able to be there at the end.
Definitely, and something that he's going to be working on tonight to make an improvement in his finishing orders from last night.
Looks like, I believe that was the 29 on the car. I'm not 100% sure who that was. Dropped to the inside, letting the field go by. Right now, Scott Fritz is out to the earlier race lead, got by Rocky Boyd. And woo, and I have got things on timing and scoring going absolutely insane right now, but I think we got to sort it out. But top 5 right now run Scott Fritz, Rocky Boyd, John Kinder, Tony Iverson, and Sean Kostritza.
Just a second, I'm getting my end of the stuff pulling up.
No worries at all. As we look a little bit further back, you see him 2x2 right there behind Scott Fritz, RS Center, right there on the inside in that number 22. He rides in that 6th position. Ryan.
RS Center, BJ, that's someone I haven't heard in a long time.
That is true. I was thinking the same thing when I saw him pop up in chat and said he had paid for tonight. I thought, ooh, check that out. But
last time BD seen him was in Wotown. We did the super late balls on asphalt.
that was about a year ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah. Good to see RS Centers out there. But it's Fritz, Kinder, Boyd, Iverson, Kostritza. Your top 5 right now, as you see Fritz. Look at Boyd.
And, Steve, I don't know if you caught one of the drivers that's out there right now. Right there in that number 47, rides in that 10th spot. And wow, I got that ticker going really fast across the top. I need to slip back down.
That's my man.
I don't know why it suddenly changed. I just looked up at it to see it, and I was like, oh, no, okay.
The
How do we get
34 machine. How about that Bill Miller? Bill Miller Trucking one of the title sponsors of Wotel here tonight, racing with the Bluegrass. Good to see some Wotel driver, people involved in Wotel racing tonight. Really kind of excites me. But right now, your top two, they're single file. Then you got Boyd. He's single file. Sean Stritza trying to get around Tony Iverson up front. As Iverson's running the high side for Stritza on the bottom. And then you have RS Centers right there. And if you look at it, BJ, so you got RS Centers.
Yeah.
And then let's see, Bill Miller.
They look a lot alike, don't they?
They do. Got to scratch my head on that one. But look at Jonathan Atkins in that 57. Nice looking paint scheme there. Some Wotel cars doing pretty well, representing Wotel tonight. But right now, Scott Fritz is up front. There is John Kinder. Kinder now looking to the inside of Scott Fritz as they go into turn number 3. Boyd in the 16 machine in that third spot. And Scott Fritz now gives up the lead to John Kinder. And now Boyd to his inside. But now we're 2 by 2 up front. Round about 5 to 6 rows deep. On the second row is Sitters. Boyd to his inside. Iverson on the third on the outside line. And then you got Sean Kostritza there. The third on the inside. As now you look at the one Scott Fritz. He reclaims the lead.
And if I get somebody in chat to check in on our comms, make sure our audio sounds, about to say, make sure it sounds level. Like I said, I'm a bit out of practice in this, so trying to make sure everything is a-okay and doing good. It looks good on my end, but sometimes it comes through a little bit different. We got a battle for the race lead once again as John Kinder has made it back to the outside, being pushed by our center now. Second car on the outside, trying to get around John Kinder there on the inside. Rocky Boyd lined up behind Kinder right now. Sean Kostritza. You know, Steve, we had a chance to chat with him a little bit after last night's race. He had run up front, run towards the front the first 2 nights. Said he's going to stay towards the back this time. But, Steve, he come out and qualified inside the top 10 in that number 46 once again here tonight. I think he's doing a little bit opposite of what he said.
Well, definitely. I mean, either he's confused or, a race car driver, you qualify good, you're excited, why not run out front, especially when you have some teammates in the house tonight. I mean, you got to think about it. He has, 3 teammates?
It's looking like 3 teammates out on track right now, and I'm not sure, but normally they had been running with a few other drivers out here. I'm going to actually scroll through chat here. It looks like Peyton Hubbard in the 99 is with him once again. Did he take the grid? I don't remember if he's on track or not. That does not
Look at Keith Hackney, though. One of the crowd favorites. He's in that 25th spot. Started 35th. He's up 10 spots and started the race. David Brackett in the 38 machine a little further back. He's in 25th. You got Lucas Lyons, who had a good run last night in the now in the 25th spot. Yes.
If I remember right, he's actually the one that won on Monday night in the Truck Series, isn't he?
I will look that information up for you, BJ. Kind of odd me doing the opposite than what you do.
Yeah. Now you can see what I do in the background, Steve. Always chasing info. But meanwhile, back towards the front, we got a battle throughout the entire field. Everybody side by side, all the way back. Let's see how far back we can find this side by side battle. All the way back to Brian Terry. That's for 13th position. Right there where Brian Terry's at, right up in front of him, side by side for 11th and 12th. Bill Miller running alongside teammate John Atkins right now on his outside. He's looking to get behind teammate Sean Kostritza and start pushing him. These guys are all grouped together right now, all running tight. They want to get together. They want to get nose to tail. If they can all get in a single file line nose to tail, They're going to be difficult to beat. These guys race together. They've learned each other. They've been watching each other, talking with each other, figured things out. Oh, and nearly contact between the 16 of Rocky Boyd and the 22 of RS Center. Rocky Boyd pushed up off of turn number 4, nearly getting into RS Center, but they're able to hold on, keep rolling, and the leaders continue to stay side by side out of turn number 2. It's going to be Scott Fritz still continuing to be scored as the race leader. John Kinder moved to the outside now, looking to contend and fight back for that race lead. One thing about it, though, if you're the race leader, you're using more fuel than the drivers behind you. You're going to have an earlier pit stop. You got to hope that your teammates or other drivers go down with you. So that way you keep the draft when you come back on track still side by side throughout the field.
Definitely. You know, another thing, you know, you talked about Sean Stritz, the way he's up there, running against teammates up there. You know, Bill Miller's kind of like his boss. He's part of the team owner of Watt. So, I mean, why not race up there with your teammates and owners? Why not, instead of racing the back? He's had some hard luck this week, but he's here to reclaim it. But look at Tony Iverson, too. He's raced a lot this week. He's running up front. He's showing people what he's learned in that 72 machine. As it comes out turn number 2, he's the 3rd car on the outside line, coming down the back straightaway. As now you look at the 5 of John Kinder listed as your race leader as they go into turn number 3. Here comes Scott Fritz battling back on the inside out turn number 4, bringing you back to the start-finish line.
Give it to
At
John.
the line. Yes, at the line, give it to John Kinder.
So he's head side by side still into turn number 1 all throughout the field. You know, you talked about Tony Iverson running up towards the front again here tonight, fighting for that top 5 position. Scored in 5th as it stands right now. You know, Steve, he's been spending a lot of time up there this season. It's nice to see that 72 get some time in the spotlight, get some time up towards the front, and do good out here tonight. And this season, he's having a pretty strong run so far. Looking a little further back, got the 48 of Mo Abbott last season, started out strong, and then kind of faded out. He's in the 48 Ally car here tonight. He's been having a strong run as well, as his season did not end the way that he had hoped last season.
Well, another driver taking a look at, he's running 26 right now. Is that 2 machine of Alex Huffman. I mean, he's running 26. He's dropped 7 spots at the start of the race. And, you know, you got to wonder if you paid attention to Monday night, Tuesday night, maybe he's back there for a reason. Ride it out until the end and then give it all you got. That might be something he's talking about, you know, doing. So that way he don't get caught up in big one. We saw a couple big ones on Monday night and a big one last night. So maybe that 26 spot is a safe place for him to be.
Yeah, definitely have to agree with you on that one. As it seems like towards the end of the night, both nights, the driver that ended up coming home with the race win happened to be closer to the front of the field. And I'm not entirely sure what's going on with the ticker, but it is distracting the crap out of me. It keeps changing speed.
It got some mind of its own, and that's all right. That's all right. And if you look right under the NASCAR ticker, it says screen time. Change that to a 5 and the gap time to 0.1 and see what that does for you.
0.1. See if it bounces it out. Holy cow, look how fast it's rolling there. Hold on. Let it catch back up. I've noticed the changes when it comes to the end of it, so we'll let it catch back up. But if you can read that up there, which I cannot, drivers are shuffling around all over the place. The side-by-side battles continue back here on back towards the back. They've actually up towards the front, they have single filed out.
Go ahead and change it to swap. How about that?
Change it to swap. All right, try that.
Well, that made it even faster for you, I think. But let's see. It comes to the end. We'll get the scoring figured out for you. But right now, they're single filed out. Scott Fritz, John Kinder, and Rocky Boyd, your top 3. There it slows down. Caution out on the speedway.
Caution for the first time tonight. And to be honest with you, I'm actually not sure what this caution is for, as I do not have anything marked on timing and scoring.
So Oh, Nick Mills involved in the 88 machine down the back straightaway. And Keith Hackney involved in the 69. Oh, it looks like Ryan Patty gets loose, BJ. Comes down.
Going back here, right there, you saw it. Okay, so we'll come back to right here. See him come out of the turn. Contact from between Ryan and Terry, that looked like my end. And my scoring is not cooperating with me. We'll go ahead and jump back to the live pictures and might have to see if I can get that instant replay thing changed. But everybody coming down pit road: Ron Morris Jr., John Kinder, Rocky Boyd, Sean Stritzer, Jonathan Atkins, RS Center, Tony Iverson, all choose to stay out, it looks like. No, actually they did come down. They just happened to be the first out of pit road.
Well, one thing we got to mention tonight, Jay, is Zara Law Firm, attorney at law, and Red Rocket Building and Barbecue on the sponsors here tonight. Good to have them on board.
I'm gonna do something right quick. I know this is probably gonna mess with my timing of scoring, but I'm gonna do something right quick, see if it solves my issue.
Rob Morris Jr., John Kinder, and Scott Fritz, your top three. Sean Stritzer comes out fourth, in fourth, and Rocky Boyd. But look at Rob Morris Jr. making a late pit stop, coming down, going to surrender the lead to the 5 of John Kinder. Oh, no data available. BJ playing with time of the score, and that's okay.
Trying to figure out what's going on because my back 10 cars are not even being scored for me. So I do apologize, but I'm trying my best to sort it out.
Well, lights are out. We're going to go back racing. John Kinder listed as your race leader. Fritz on the outside. Row number 2 will be the 46 of Sean Stritzer. And the 16 to his outside. 16 of Rocky Boyd Jr. His lights are still off on the pace car. Nick Leonard, the pace car driver. This year's official pace car rider.
Yeah. Trying to get time of scoring to reopen, but it will not do.
So that caution was ruled a recent incident with the 13 getting outside wall. 30 had nowhere to go.
Oh, hey, look, there it came up.
Oh, they're going to extend the caution as
wow.
we're trying to get things in the back figured out
That is
with
completely
Rod Morse
messed with me.
Jr. So right now they're waiting on the pace car to catch back up. Another good night of racing. Oh, Rob Morris having some problems, did not find his pit stall. Nick Litter and Barney, the iRacing flagman, have turned off the lights one more time.
I think timing and scoring is caught up now. Maybe. No.
Alrighty. Nick Litter pulls the pace car to the inside. We're fixing to go to green flag racing. Come to the Geico restart zone. John Kinder can fire anytime. He does. We're side by side. We're green flag racing once again on lap number 29 as we head into turn number 1. Kinder and Fritz side by side. A good sizable gap there between second and third with Rocky Boyd and Shocker Stritza. These drivers are going crazy over the comms right now, trying to get people in the right situation. As Rob Morse Jr. pitting in this time as Scott Fritz is your race leader, the 16 of Rocky Boyd to the outside. In that second row there, you see now John Kinder in the 22 of RS Centers to his outside. Then you got Sean Kostritza and Jonathan Atkins side by side. And I gotta say, I kind of fallen in love with Jonathan Atkins' paint scheme.
It's definitely a really good looking car. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Bill Miller painted that. And I'd say he painted all of those World of Thunder racing cars running together right there. So kudos to him. Well done.
As you look at this, they go into turn number 3, still side by side racing for the right about 10 rows deep. Scott Fritz continues to lead as Rocky Boyd to his outside. He will clear him off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. But here comes Rocky Boyd back on the outside, and right behind him is the 22 of RS Centers. Centers now gets a good push to the 16 of Boyd to take the lead. And now the 22 is alongside the 1 as they go down the back straightaway on lap number 32. These drivers are still double filed many rows deep. Any of you Keith Hackney fans out there right now, you know he was involved in that wreck. He is currently a lap down, mirrored in 37th position. Ron Morse Jr. now coming back onto the racing surface after finding his pit stall had a little problem there, BJ.
Yeah, it's definitely not the position you want to be in. You know, you've got good position. Things look good. They look 3 wide, but sort things back out. But when you, there they go again, back further back in the field. But when you're running good, things are going well for you, and you miss your pit stall. It's incredible how much time you lose in a split second it takes to back up. But now finding around the outside, the 22 of RS Center looks to take that second spot. Currently is scored in second.
Centers went a little high there as they come off of turn number 4 down the straightaway. Rocky Boyd in that second spot. Right behind him is John Kinder. Sean Stritza right behind him. And then it's Bill Miller in that 47. Then you have the 3 of Brandon Robertson having a good running ninth in that 9th position on the outside in car number 3. And Tony Iverson right now on the inside of him as it's a battle for 8th and 9th on the board. Then you have David Farber at 10th, Justin Winters in the 7 machine currently running in the 12th position. But Scott Fritz out front, out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Rocky Boyd now looks to the inside to try to take that lead. He does. Rocky Boyd now to the race lead. Fritz will fall in line. Then you have Sinners there. The third car to the inside. As John Kinder works on the outside of the 22 of RS Sinners. Give it to Kinder for that third spot. As now Fritz now on the outside. As he will take over that lead spot out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway.
Top 4 drivers now start to single file out. John Adkins and Sean Kostritza are now able to get nose to tail RS Centers right there. He's looking to try to squeeze him behind Sean Kostritza. It looks like Kostritza's trying to get Adkins to move to the inside. Adkins is not doing it, staying up to the outside. Now Sean Kostritza gets stuck on the inside line. They've got the 30 of Ryan Patty squeezing in between. Top 3 single filed out. Now John Adkins taking a look to go around Rocky Boyd, who will have them cleared as they head into turn number 3. Coming out of turn number 4 now, top 3 once again single filed out and actually spread out a little bit. That's not a position you really want to be in. You don't want to get spread out from the cars behind you, especially when there's a big pack of them like this. But the battle going on right now for that 4th spot between Ryan Patty and Rocky Boyd is heated. You've got Sean Kostritza right there, right behind them, looking for everything he's got, trying to find the way past him. RS Center just to the outside behind Sean Kostritza. Now they get single filed out in front of Kostritza. RS Center, Tony Iverson side by side. Mo Abbott, Bill Miller side by side behind them. Everybody looking to find position, but as the top 6 drivers single filed out, these guys are going to be hard to catch if they can get nose tail locked in and get rolling. When you're running side by side behind them like that, side draft slows that inside line down. That's where the battles start to really come in. There you see RS Center, and now he's taking a look to move down in front of Tony Iverson. Or maybe he's just going to change his mind and step to Hassan. Up there he goes, down to the inside for RS Center. He's going to join that line and line up behind his teammate Mo Abbott. As Steve works in the background now, we're going to try to get things sorted out and get us on some better streaming quality. Somebody who's got a little more experience and a little bit more time at it than what I do at the producer seat. We just hope that software cooperates with us.
I'm just trying to find the restream key.
Alright, so to find the restream key, drop this back to encoder. Alright, so when you first load in, you'll find a thing that says setup for OBS, Zoom, or etc. You'll click on that, and then down right below the stream preview, you'll see stream settings, and that'll give you your stream key. If you still can't find it, I will.
I got you.
Okay, I was gonna say I will send it.
I'll need to work hard and diligent.
All right. So, as everybody inside the top 7 now starting to single file out, make out the top 10 as Jonathan Atkins now clears Tony Iverson. Atkins fell way back, was running up there fighting for a top 3 position. Now your top 5 goes Scott Fritz, John Kinder, Rocky Boyd, Ryan Patty, and Sean Kostritza. So big changes over the last few laps. Now Tony Iverson takes a peek to the inside, thinks better, moves back in behind Mo Abbott. Now takes a look to the outside. Now that is a lap car in the mix right there. The 76 of Ron Morris Jr. got himself in the mix with the lead lap cars. And that third time is scoring everywhere, so we will stay up towards the front until Steve gets his ready to rock and roll. John Kinder continues to lead the way battle, now brewing for second. Everybody was settled down and running single file, but now they bunch back up. Leading the way on the inside is John Kinder, Rocky Boyd behind him, Scott Fritz leading the way on the outside. Oh, heavy contact between Rocky Boyd and Scott Fritz. They hold on to it and keep on going. Everybody manages to avoid them. Wow, that was close. Top 4 drivers now single filed out. Kinder, Boyd, Patty, Fritz. Boyd and Fritz, after that contact, still managed to both stay not only within the top 5, but within the top 4. Our Jonathan Atkins scored in that 5th spot right there. But you see the lap car of Ron Morris Jr. right there to the outside of Scott Fritz. That is a lap car still in the mix, still battling with these guys. But this is allowing Jonathan Atkins to get the run. He got just enough of the draft to pull him up there to these guys battling for position. Scott Fritz going to move to the outside behind Ron Morris Jr. He's interested to see if he stays up there and pushes Ron Morris Jr. forward. Jonathan Atkins, I think he might be struggling a little bit. I mean, he's got the speed to get up there with these guys. It seems like he gets up there and then he falls back again.
Definitely. As we're going to swap over, Woo, we go to the stage break as one driver into the outside wall. And I'm not sure who that is. Looks like the 76 maybe. Oh, he's up against the wall, allowed the lead pack to go around him. But their top 2 are breaking away. That's Kinder and Boyd. As we come to complete lap number 48 on lap number 49. Your top 2 breaking away. Ryan Patty in that 3rd spot. Then you got Fritz and Atkins. Fritz clears Atkins there for that 4th spot. Atkins in the 5th. And then you got RS Sinners side by side with Curtis Preston. Curtis Preston in the 20 having a good run. And now to his outside's the 47 of Bill Miller. Some good racing going mid-pack. As these drivers up front are single filed, trying to make it to the stage break here tonight.
Bill Miller pushed tight through that last turn, pushed all the way up towards the wall, nearly getting into it. Was able to hold on to it. And you see the pace change, how much he had to back out of it to not hit that wall. Right now, he is under attack from, I believe, that is the 7? Is that 7? That is the 7 of Justin Winters to his inside right there. That shiny number makes it blend in with the rest of the car there on the side.
Well, up front, a good battle going brewing here. Now you see the top 5 have closed up the gap, and they're 2 by 2 as we're at lap number 51. Lap number 55 will be the stage break for these drivers, as every stage point they earn helps them in the championship chase. So they want to find their spot and dig it in right now as they can. Oh, you saw the 30 of Ryan Patty got a little defensive going on there. Car got, you know, wampus caddy on you. As they come out turn number 2 down the back straightaway, John Kinder continues to lead, being pushed by Ryan Patty. The 1 of Scott Fritz is to the inside of the 57 of Jonathan Atkins. Atkins currently running that 3rd spot. As they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway, Atkins is going to clear him, and so does the 16 of Rocky Boyd Jr. Now I'm into complete lap number 52 on lap number 53.
Sorry about that. I sneezed and I was trying to talk and I forgot that I flipped my mic up and shut it off while I was sneezing. But everybody now single filing out. Really surprised to see all these how far back the single file line is starting to go, knowing the stage break is coming so soon. Clear back into that 14th spot. You see Nick Mills. All these guys all single filed out. Now you see Justin Winters taking a look to the outside of David Farmer there, as Peyton Hubbard's going to go ahead and squeeze by the inside. He said, you open up that inside line, move to the outside. Thank you much. I will accept that. Now, battle's going on a little bit further up once again. That's going to be between the 20 of Curtis Preston and 22 of RS Center.
And we're going 3 wide as the white flag is out for the stage. 3 wide momentarily. They go 2 wide as they head into turn number 1. Coming out of turn number 2, John Kinder, your race leader. Patty going to look to the inside of them as they head down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3, you see the 16 Rocky Boy Jr. to the outside of Ryan Patty as they enter turn number 3. Coming out of turn number 4, coming to the stage. Ending here, it's going to be John Kinder picking up that stage win with Rocky Boyd in second, Ron Patty third, Jonathan Atkins, Scott Fritz, Curtis Preston, Chuck Blake, Bill Miller, Peyton Hubbard, and R.S. Sinners rounding out your top 10 as they will catch up to the pace car.
Wow.
And during this time, we're going to be doing a little swap-a-roo. So if something freezes, make sure you go to Facebook and watch us. I will tell you that much. I'm not guaranteed the YouTube side of things, BJ, will work, but I'm not ready just yet.
Right.
So as the drivers start to catch up to the pace vehicle, BJ, go ahead and mute us for a minute.
All right. It's both live.
All righty. Here we are coming back to the green. We've done a swap.
Both live.
All righty.
Oh, that's
here we
scared the
are
crap
coming
out of me.
back to the green. We've done a swap.
Both live.
Mike Peters and John Kinder bringing us back to the green flag as the pace vehicle down pit road to come into the Geico restart zone. Green flag is out. We're back to racing here.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And caution right away. Coming out. So that wasn't good.
as I chase down on my end, resetting my stuff back so I can figure out exactly what's going on.
So it's going to be, they're going to double them back up.
So there was an issue with the lead drivers. Thought the control car was on the outside. There was a miscommunication between those drivers. They are going to try to get these guys sorted back out, doubled back up, and ready to rock and roll.
They're waiting for the pace car. Mike Peters, John Kinder there.
And then one more thing to complete our swap-a-roos. If Steve could get me his screen, we'd be set, golden, and ready to rock and roll tonight.
There's always something, huh? That's what happens when you get, you oversleep on your little nap, on my little nap, I oversleep. Now I'm just totally confused. Learn something. Now I don't even know if I even can do it again. So all right, you should be able to have my screen as they're waiting for the pace vehicle on this straightaway here.
Good. But
once
again, we do want to... Go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right, I was going to say, we do want to thank everybody for giving us showing us patience and allowing us to get things sorted out. Had a bit of a pinch getting things rolling. I had to come in as producer and got it swapped over so Steve could produce. So we do thank everybody for the patience.
You can do me one more. Oh, let's see here. I might be able to. As you look at John Kinder and the driver stopped on the back straightaway. They're waiting for the pace vehicle to catch up to them. As now they start getting back under speed.
We do thank everybody for the patience.
All right.
Hang on, we're not going green.
The lights stay on the pace vehicle. They're going to try to get the order lined up here. John Kinder in that third spot, having a good run tonight. Rocky Boyd the third, Mike Peters there. And I must say, BJ, my first successful swap of taking over controls.
Well, I've been there, done it a few times. Usually it's me that comes in a bind, so this is kind of a nice change. I like this change.
So now the lights are off on the pace vehicle. The drivers have doubled back up. We're going back to green flag racing out of turn number 4 as Nick Leonard turned the lights off on the pace vehicle. Again, want to thank Azar Law Firm, and of course, as a sponsor, along with Red Rocket Building and Barbecue. We'll have the logos up next time we go live. Since I was a little late tonight, we can get that going. As we're 2x2. Let us know if you hear us and we're all sounding good since we done the swap. We'd sure appreciate you. Roger Pierce in the chat. Got Sarah Mays in the chat. It's sunny here today in Atlanta. As you see the pace car coming down the front area, down pit road, down the front straightaway. Green flag is out. We're back to racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Cup Series. Good start there for the 96 of Mike Peters. Rocky Boyd right there in his hip pocket as they go to turn number 1. The top 4 single file. Then you have the 57 Jonathan Atkins line up, and he has the 22 right behind him as they come down the back straightaway.
Top 3 single file out really quickly on that, but the 96 is going to drop to the inside and let everybody go by. I wonder if maybe he's got a penalty, got to come down pit road, but that's going to allow John Kinder to move into that top spot. Jonathan Atkins fighting to his outside. He's got his teammate of RS Center pushing him. Fantastic run right there for World of Thunder Racing. These guys are ready to go, ready to rock and roll. Stage number 1 has come to an end. It's go time for these guys.
Definitely go time. It's good to see, like I said, Jonathan Atkins running up front with the 22 RS Centers in his hip pocket. John Kinder in that 3rd spot. A little further back, you see Chuck Blake in the 49 machine on the outside. Bill Miller to his inside. Then right behind him, got Curtis Preston and Ryan Patty. Ryan Patty in the 30 machine having a good run. And then you have Justin Winters in the 7, a series regular. A longtime supporter having a good run tonight in the top 10 as he's battling with the 99 of Peyton Hubbard, who's up 18 spots. Peyton Hubbard to his inside that 99 machine, and directly behind him is the number 12 of Frankie Barusa. And look at GT Hawkins there in the 14, currently running in that 14th spot. Up 1 spot since the start of the race, is running that inside line. Got Brandon Holder to his outside in that number 9 machine as they head down the back straightaway. David Farmer right now in the 15th spot with Jonathan Schwartz in the 95. Currently running in 16th. But meanwhile, Jonathan Atkins and RS Centers and John Kinder, your top 3, nose to tail. And you gotta love Scott Fritz being right there with them. Scott Fritz, you know, one into the wall hard. That's gonna be RS Centers. And he saves it, but caution is out on the racing surface. RS Center's smoking heavily.
Yeah, that number 22 is done for. It looks like, not sure what happened there, but that car just snapped right. It looked like, couldn't tell the angle that we were watching if there was contact. But man, what a hard hit to that outside wall he took. So there, he'd already made contact with the wall, just trying to get out of everybody's way. Does look like there was contact to the left rear a little bit there from John Kinder in the 5. Just caught him, sent him up to the wall. Good job by Centers to keep it up there and not get anybody else involved.
As you look on board with John Kinder, there's RS Centers right there. I mean, from that view there, it's kind of hard to tell if you just got into them or, you know, a little do-si-do. I mean, it's kind of seen some things happen this week, BJ, that we can't say on air, but you can say maybe a connection issue. I'm not too sure if that was part of it, but we can look at a different angle.
It was a little bit of a
as you look right there as they go past the start finish line.
look to head down into turn number 1. You see RS Center right there. Looks like he starts to push a little bit, but then hangs on to it. 5 car just started to go underneath of him. Didn't get down fast enough. Caught the left rear. What it looks like to me from right there. So unfortunately, that probably going to be the end of the 22s tonight, as the smoke was just bellowing out of that car. So now that we've got everything resorted, reconfigured, and in place here tonight, And back to our normal positions, Steve. Back to what we're all comfortable with. I'd love to be able to look at a little more producing if my iRacing would let me. But if I go back, let's see here. I can go to 20. I can go to 23rd, and my timing and scoring stays all right. But if I go to 24th, my timing and scoring goes haywire. That is one of the biggest things that I was really concerned with whenever I was producing. I couldn't show anybody at the back of the field. I didn't like that.
Well,
Just worked in the background and got it fixed.
and I think I
Got
got
you
the
everything.
Facebook page fixed for everybody. As the lights are out, we're going green flag racing as drivers are racked and stacked here. As we come back to green, as they're on the back straightaway, we're on lap number 70 of 134. As we're just at the top of the hour here at 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. Is Jonathan Atkins choosing outside for this restart? Scott Fritz will be to his inside. Row number 2 will be Chuck Blake and Bill Miller. Row number 3 will be Peyton Hubbard and Ryan Patty.
And Jonathan Atkins chose the outside for this restart to be in front of his teammate Bill Miller. Bill Miller, great run going for him. So our pace car is off. Coming to the guy to a restart zone right there. It is. Good start for Jonathan Atkins. You can see the teammate work right there. You see the timing on that start. Bill Miller goes right along with them. They jump out to the quick 1-2 position. Scott Fritz falls into that third spot. Here comes Ryan Pat at the inside of Scott Fritz, side by side for third. Ryan Pat is going to have the position, not quite able to clear Scott Fritz completely. Fritz moves back into third.
Right now, you're looking Ryan Patty to the inside. There is Peyton Hubbard to the outside. He's going out turn number 4. That's a battle for your 4th position. Right behind him is Brandon Holder, as BJ just said. But look at Justin Winters up 14 spots now in that 7th position. And wouldn't that be a sight to see Justin Winters go to victory lane here tonight? As he has a clean. He has had some good runs and had some ups and downs. But it'd be good to see Justin Winters in victory lane.
Yeah, it absolutely wouldn't hurt. Justin Winters ran all season long last season. I don't believe he missed a single race. I don't believe he was in the Cup Series. I think it was just the Xfinity Series, except for a couple of races that he ran last season. And really put on a good show. He's always up. He seemed to be a great guy to talk to. It was awesome to see him out here in the Cup Series. We're at number 7 machine down victory lane.
As you look at the live on Ultimate Dirt TV. The Bluegrass Big Fan YouTube and DirtFan.com. As you look right there for that 3rd spot, this is where it gets dangerous. But these are the stars and their cars showing you how to get it done 3 wide. As they head into turn number 3, they will sort themselves up 2 wide. And Peyton Hubbard might try to think about going 3 wide there again, but he thought better of it and fall line behind the 47 of Bill Miller down the front straightaway. We complete lap number 74 on lap number 75. Good racing going up front. And you know what? This has been the least amount of cautions we've had all week long. And hopefully I haven't spoken too soon. And we get this wrapped up quickly, BJ.
Steve, what have we talked about saying stuff like that? It's like me saying that Travis Twitty has the cleanest vehicle. It always screws it up. Don't do that, Steve. But
definitely, but right now, the front place, BJ, is where you want to be. It looks like when you're out front, you're going to be running out front for a while. And you know, person that's had some good runs is that 14 of GT Hawkins, and he's currently running in that 17th spot. Meyer back mid-pack there.
Yeah, it's not the position he wants to be in. He definitely wants to get back up towards the front and continue his points chase. He was doing really good in points. Now he's mired back. Not the position he wants to be in, but a couple positions back behind him is 46 Scott Fritz. He's got 3 drivers that are racing together with him, racing as teammates up inside of the top 3 positions. You've got Peyton Hubbard, Bill Miller, Jonathan Atkins, all three of those guys are racing out of the World of Thunder garage here tonight. Peyton Hubbard just kind of working alongside of these guys right now. So these guys all running up towards the front. Scott Fritz wants to get up there with his team. They want to have a top 4 finish out here tonight. All 4 of these drivers finishing in the top 4 positions and just dominate this race. And it looks like Jonathan Swartz is going to contest this teammate battle up here. Oh, sorry, that is Brandon Holder contesting this teammate battles. He jumps to the inside of the front of the inside line, now in front of Peyton Hubbard.
Hubbard giving a push to Brandon Holder there. Jonathan Atkins on the outside. They come out turn number 4 down the straightaway. As you look, we're 2 by 2, many rows deep. Justin Winters, he scored in the 8th spot there, but they're so close together. I mean, and we saw it, BJ, last night. Right there is probably the place you want to be, because if the front makes a mistake, you will capitalize. And we saw it Monday night, Tuesday night. So he's having a good run. I'm excited to see him up front. That's something, you have regulars to start cheering them on, because this season with so many drivers, we all used to the regulars, and so we got to cheer our regulars on.
There's some insane driving going on out here. And awesome to see the people running up front that are running up front. New guys, old guys, regulars, everybody fighting for position after position. Steve, it's one of the great things for super speedway style racing. It's any man's race. It doesn't matter where you start. Just so long as you're there at the end of the race and in position, anybody could win a super speedway. And that's one of the things that I love about. That's why I race super speedways.
Definitely. Now, top 2 have kind of broken away. That's Atkins and Miller run the high line. The high line's working for him. As you see the 9 of Holder, he's moved his way up to the top shelf, along with the 95 of Jonathan Swartz. Back to the inside there, as Bill Miller takes a look underneath Jonathan Atkins momentarily, did not make it work for him as they head into turn number 1. A little further back right now, Tony Allison. A while ago, he's currently running in that 3rd spot. Rocky Boyd in 13th and the 16th. He was running up front. Let's talk about Alex Huffman. He's back there, mired in a 23rd spot right now. He's been just trying to keep his car clean. As we said earlier, he's seen how the races worked earlier in the week. He's just want the car clean for the end. So we come back up front. Peyton Hubbard trying to get that inside line to work as he looks to the inside of Bill Miller down the back straightaway. Scott Fritz giving the push. There's the 12 of Frankie Barroso. Where's Barroso came from? Up 24 spots.
He sat quietly, worked his way forward, patiently made moves when they were there, and now he is there. But Steve, you talked about the 2 of Alex Huffman sitting back towards the back, just trying to keep the car clean and be smart. We watched the winners, as you mentioned, 2 nights in a row, come from the rear of the field and there at the end of the race. The way that tonight's race is going, though, Steve, we haven't had the turn of events. We'll say it that way, because I don't want to say that bad word that jinxes it every time. But we haven't seen the turn of events tonight that we have the last 2 nights that have allowed the field to get shuffled around time and time again. So these guys being up towards the front is the place you want to be. I would say being the leader is the place you want to be until the end of the race, as
we saw
it changes.
The last 2 nights, you didn't want to be the leader either.
Yeah.
But these
that is true.
Are showing that this is the reason why they're in the Cup Series. They're doing one hell of a job. As we complete lap number 85 on lap number 86. There you see the 72, the Tony Allison, 7 of Justin Winters. That's a battle going on for 8th and 9th on the board. And right behind Winters is Rocky Boyd. Scott.
And something that I've been sitting here watching, Steve, for the last several laps now. is, as I mentioned earlier, Peyton Hubbard is racing with his crew in the World of Thunder garage at the moment. If you watch, Bill Miller has not moved off that high side. Peyton Hubbard has not moved off that bottom side. Could we be seeing a little bit of teammate work right here to try to keep both of these lines held back to allow the teammate of Jonathan Atkins to stay up towards the front? You see Bill Miller right there look like he might have ducked down just a little bit to block the line from the 9s right there. He come down the track. He's definitely in block mode there, trying to keep these guys back.
He's trying everything he has. Right now, your top 3 are broken away. As now Peyton Hubbard looks to the inside of the 9 of Brendan Holder. Give it to Peyton Hubbard. He will clear him out. Turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Scott Fritz going to follow Peyton Hubbard down there. And, you know, talking about teammates 1 and 2, Peyton Hubbard is with Next Level Racing. So not teammates, but he's been working with racers, you know, to try to help them out, improve them. And so, yeah,
camaraderie.
Yes.
That word.
Yeah, that word.
Sounds like the top 3 might be calling. I do believe the top 3 are calling out the pit stops. I heard Jonathan Atkins come over the comms to say that he is pitting. I believe he called one out for Bill Miller in second. I heard the 99 call out his. So these guys all are going to come down pit road right here. Peyton Hubbard learned his lesson earlier in the week. He dropped down way earlier. Ooh, shot in the shorts from Bill Miller. Hopefully he didn't speed coming down pit road as he gave Jonathan Atkins a little push there. But Scott Fritz will take over the race lead, bringing Frankie Barroso along with him. What a run Barroso has quietly had out here tonight. Brandon Holder, the 9 car, running in third. He's coming down this time.
Yes, definitely. It's your top 3. Oh, here comes Brandon Holder. So, as you said, but Scott Fritz and Frankie Barroso, the top 2 have broken away. Jonathan Schwartz in that 3rd spot now, and Justin Winters now up to the 4th spot. 5th is Rocky Boyd Jr. Thank you, Roger Pierce. Yes, we'll see some 3 wide racing soon. And let me tell you, Monday night went off, as some of y'all wasn't watching, Monday night we had a wreck before we even went green. That just tells you how it all started Monday.
It seemed like it was going to set the trend for the week, but so far these guys out here in the Cup Series putting on, Steve, probably the best race in 2 seasons that I think that we have called here for Bluegrass.
Oh, definitely. As they come out turn number 2, now you look at everybody's almost single filed out, set from about mid-pack there, and that's between Justin Winters and David Farber. They're side by side. Now you see John Kinder looking to the inside of the 16 and Rocky Boyd Jr. as they come out turn number 4 down the straightaway. As we complete lap number 92 on lap number 93. Bill Miller still down pit road, BJ.
I'm only just now seeing Bill Miller scored as hitting his pit box. He's only been in his pit box for 2 seconds. I'm going to go back and see if I can get a quick look of what happened with the 47, Bill Miller.
As Scott Fritz continues to leave Frankie Barroso right there in his hip pocket. Then you have the 16 of Rocky Boyd to the inside of Jonathan Schwartz there. That's a battle for 3rd. Then you have the 88 of Nick Mills to the inside of the 7 of Justin Winters. Winters on the outside there, down the back straightaway.
Steve, I can confirm Bill Miller did get a penalty, had to head back down pit road and serve that penalty. Came down, got fuel tires, and then he had to come back down and serve a speeding penalty, I believe is what it was, for his entry. Just a couple miles an hour over, got caught by it. Now he's in a position he does not want to be in. He's mired 3 laps back. He's got Brandon Holder in front of him 2 laps back and several drivers ahead of them that are 1 lap down. So these guys, in order to get back on the lead lap, are going to need several cautions to roll in their favor. But the way that tonight has gone, lap 95 of 134, that is not the way it is looking here tonight.
It stops some more. There's Scott Fritz, Frankie Barroso, John Kinder all coming down pit road. Rocky Boyd Jr. will take over the race lead with Nick Mills in second. You got Justin Winters and Ron Patty battling side by side as they come out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Shocker Stritza in that 6th spot there. GT Hawkins, you know, he was mired back in 14th and 15th there. Now up in that 7th spot. Lucas Lyons in the 25 in the 7th spot as now Justin Winters comes down pit road for his pit stop along with David Farmer. Oh, that looked kind of dangerous, David Farmer there. You can tell he was on the binders hard. Right now, Rocky Boyd Jr., your race leader, is now Shocker Stritza moves up to that 4th spot right behind Ryan Patty as we're on lap number 97 of 134.
Just looking a little further back at the guys that were the top 3 prior to those pit stops. Peyton Hubbard falls all the way back into that 27th spot. Jonathan Atkins falls back to that 24th spot. He's currently got help from Tony Iverson as they try to chase down the rest of the field. Rocky Boyd rather continues to lead the way, waiting to see when he comes down pit road. I've not heard a 16 called out yet for him to come down pit road. David Farmer calls out his pit stop. He will be coming down pit road as we look at the lap counts right here.
Joe's Boyd been 30 laps since he went last made his pit stop.
Your SDK not running when the first pit stops for me, so
Yeah.
they're not going to be sure.
That's correct. As right now, Rocky Boyd continues to lead in that 2nd spot there. The 34 is a lap down, right behind Rocky Boyd there. Nick Mills in that 3rd spot, that 88 machine. There's Curtis Preston, GT Hawkins. Up to 12 spots on the lead lap. Oh, look at Travis Twitty making his pit stop in that 13th spot, that 29. What a nice looking car, the Cookies car. Travis Twitty, misses his pit stop, has to back up into. That's going to cost him some time, BJ. Jason Bridges running in that 2nd spot, but is in 31st. So lap driver in between 1st and 2nd. Nick Mills having a run of his life right now. The 88 machine currently in that 3rd spot. And right behind him, and GT Hawkins now with your top 5 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. You're watching the Bluegrass Cup Series live on Ultimate Dirt TV. Simulcast live on the Bluegrass Facebook page and YouTube. As they come out, turn number 2 down the back straightaway as we're on lap number 102. And I got to thank the Czar Law Firm and Red Rocket Building and Barbecue coming on board. We'll have their logos the next broadcast post up on the sponsor thing. Got here a little late here tonight. Got to overslept my little nap. My alarm didn't go off, or I turned it off on too. I have no clue. Roger Pierce says we're not being able to use the ears for extra draft. He's going to see us at Bristol, and here comes Rocky Boy Shocker Stritza down pit road. Oh, the 20 gets into Shocker Stritza down pit road. That is Curtis Preston. Comes in hot and heavy there. So now your race leader is Brendan Robertson. As you look at Rocky Boyd, there's Shocker Stritza rolling to his pit stall. There's Frankie Barroso. He's in that 10th spot right now. As now he's passing the drivers that are down pit road. There's Lucas Lyons coming out of pit road. Getting past there as Frankie Barroso down takes over the race, or 2nd spot is Brent Holder. Now is down pit road into number 3. But there's Barroso in second as he's going into turn number 3. Coming out of turn number 4, Barroso will take the lead. Jonathan Atkins now will be scored in second and Peyton Hubbard in third. And give it up for Bill Hells. Bill Hells in the 53, now in that 4th position. Justin Winters now in 5th after pit stops have cycled through. Tony Iverson sitting there in 6th. There's Lucas Lyons as he made his pit stop momentarily. Rocky Boyd right behind him. Down the back straightaway, there's Jonathan Swartz. He scored in the 9th position. And there is Chuck Blake and Nick Mills battling side by side. Alex Huffman right there in the 13th spot. Tyler Evans right behind him. And GT Hawkins in 15th. Sean Kostritza in 16th. And let's look, the 20th, Curtis Preston, who got into Sean Kostritza down pit road, is now scored in 28th. But right now, Frankie Barroso is your race leader. And there he is. And there's second place. So there's a large gap between first and second, and third and fourth.
Yeah, there is quite a large gap. Those guys, the green flag pit stops always seems to shake things up massively. Jonathan Atkins is starting to catch Frankie Barroso. They're right about a second back from him. A little less than a second back, and he's got good help from behind from the 99 of Peyton Hubbard. And I do apologize, I had to step away for a split second. My brother-in-law called. They're on the way to Kentucky. I had to get some instructions. They were supposed to get that phone call a long time ago, and I guess they forgot. But Frankie Barroso continues to lead the way, but right there, I believe that is him. Yes, it is. That is him on the inside. So second and third has quickly caught up to him and starting to apply the pressure now. Bill Hill's right there with him as well. I believe that is behind them. The 53 right there, you see him. So these guys, the battles have come back together. It's ready for the racing. It's in the top 5 to commence once again. You see Justin Winters in the mix there. Everybody's ready to run. Everybody's ready to go. 26 laps are remaining. As you see the top 5, top 6. As you see the top 6 drivers right there, all continuing to run together, run within, well, sorry, top 5 drivers run all within half a second of each other, battling, fighting for those positions. Jonathan Atkins goes to the outside. Peyton Hubbard goes to the race lead. He's going to bring Bill Hells along with him on the inside there. Peyton Hubbard is up on, or Jonathan Atkins up on the high side. He's trying to push Frankie Barroso forward so he can get back up there to his co-team? Teammate? I don't know what you call him. The comrade. His comrade.
There you go. Barroso run the hot line with Atkins giving the push, but right down to 99, looking to the inside. Atkins clears him, now goes to the inside there, all by his lonesome. He pulls alongside Frankie Barroso. Side by side as they come out of turn number 2. Can Atkins clear him? Barroso with the run because the 53 of Bill Hells giving the push down the straightaway. Into turn number 1, Atkins and Hubbard now. They work together on the inside. There's a lap car ahead of these drivers. Head down the back straightaway. Atkins looks to the inside of Bill Hells. Side by side. Now you see Hubbard going up there with Bill Hells as they come out of turn number 4. Hubbard just not knowing where he wants to go, that's for sure. As the lap car's 18. Oh, it's going to get a little tight there. 18 stays up top. Allows the leaders to go around. As they come out turn number 2, down the back straightaway, 22 laps to go.
I believe Peyton Hubbard, when he took a look to the outside there, he didn't realize there was a lap car coming. Then he shot back to the inside. I think when he saw it up there, did not want a part of that calamity. Right now, Hubbard going for that 3rd spot once again on Bill Hells. Looked like Atkins was going to take a peek at the inside. They really got to get together. They got to work together. These two want to make moves to the front. Atkins taking a look for the race lead. Has it out of turn number 2. The backpack, Steve. Another thing to mention, that backpack is pulling these top guys hugely, really starting to gain on the top 5 drivers. That gap that was over 4 seconds from Jonathan Swartz up to Justin Winters in 5th, that was over 4 seconds, is now down to 2.8 seconds, Steve. The backpack gaining tremendously on the top drivers that are not in organization up there.
Well, there's your 5th place runner right now, Justin Winters. And let's see, there's Jonathan Swartz. So Winters right there closing in. Slowly on your top 4. There's Jonathan Swartz a little further back there. He's mired back in that 6th position. Nick Mills, he's listed in 7th. There's Chuck Blake in the 49. Brandon Robertson and Alex Huffman now in the top 10. As we're 2 by 2 by 2. As the 57 trying to make that bottom work, him and Peyton Hubbard. Outside is Barroso and Hells. Good even battle coming to 18 to go, BJ. And there's only been a few cautions here tonight. This race has looked really pretty compared to the earlier in the week.
Yeah, it definitely has looked great. And these top drivers still continuing to battle it out 2 by 2 in the top 4. Justin Winters has dropped back a little bit. Second pack being led by Jonathan Swartz. Still continuing to gain over the last couple of laps. They've got it down to 2 seconds between them. These top drivers are really going to have to sort it out. They've calmed down a little bit. Just sticking 2 by 2. You've got the comrades, I guess you could call them, on the inside working together. And, oh, I just heard a 57 and the 99 call out a pit stop. They'll be coming down this time by.
All right, so it's going to get interesting up front here. As they're starting to give each other a little space, Jonathan Atkins and Peyton Hubbard now make their way onto pit road. And here comes Justin Winters with them. So BJ got Winter just a splash and go as Frankie Barroso is your race leader and Bill Hells in 2nd. Swartz now in 3rd, right there in the 95 machine.
Absolutely got to call this one a splash and go. These guys are just going to get the fuel they need to finish out the race, and you know it ain't that much, only about a half a tank. They're taking the rest of the fuel. What they're doing here is they're splitting it, trying to make sure that they have enough time to come down early, make sure that they've got enough time to make that ground back up, especially when the leaders all start coming down pit road. Now there are less drivers up towards the front, not as much draft for these guys to maintain their speed. So when when Atkins and my brain just shut down on me there. But when Atkins and Hubbard get back together, get back on the track, they start gaining ground even before the top drivers come down and make their pit stop while they are ready to go clear to the end of the race.
Well, Winters back on the racing surface, currently at that 20th spot right now. A lap down, there's Tony Iverson in 21st, Jonathan Atkins, Ryan Patty, and there's Peyton Hubbard. So these drivers have made their final stops. One's up front, Barroso, Hells, Nick Mills, and Jonathan Swartz. I believe they're going to have to make one more pit stop. Well, Mills might be in the good, BJ. But Barroso and Hells, they're right there on 26 and 27 laps since they last pitted, along with Swartz.
Yeah, I don't know that it's a good position. I don't know that they can save that much fuel, but these guys, they've got to figure something out. They've got to figure out the time to come down. They got to figure out the right time, the best way to do it to rock and roll to the end of the race. So there's so many factors for these guys to think of and keep in the back of their mind to try to take off and try to keep their positions up towards the front. Frankie Barroso, Bill Hale still continuing to lead the way. Jonathan Swartz, G.T. Hawkins, all of those guys continuing to gain ground on them. They're not in a safe position per se, Steve, to really come down at any point in time right now.
Well, GT Hawkins making a move for that third spot as they come out of turn number 4. He has it as Mills is all over GT Hawkins. 95 of Swartz is on the outside there. That's the battle for third, fourth, and fifth on the board. There you see Brandon Robertson, Alex Huffman right there on the inside of the 5 of Kinder. And there's that 49 of Chuck Blake and Tyler Evans, your top 10. Frankie Barroso way out front. Here comes Bill Hell down for his pit stop. So Frankie Barroso going to be all out on his lonesome as GT Hawkins now scored in that second spot there, the 14 machine.
Yeah, by yourself is not where you want to be. You do see the 88 back there behind him, but he's dropping back further and further. So when you're in these super speedway races, you get by yourself, you're going to be running a good solid 20, maybe even up to 30, 40 miles an hour slower than the rest of them. But GT Hawkins is going to have enough of the draft off of the 2 drivers ahead of him to catch up to Frankie Barroso. There you see Barroso on the inside, sucked up to the back bumper. Let's go, GT Hawkins. He's ready to rock and roll. Ooh.
He's to the inside. He takes the lead with 9 laps to go. Coming to 8 this time at the line as they come out of turn number 4. As he makes Frankie Barroso down pit road along with Jonathan Swartz. Your new race leader is GT Hawkins, Nick Mills, Rocky Boy Jeter, and Alex Huffman and Brandon Robertson. Now your top 5 here as the pack is closed back up between 1st and 9th. Lucas Lyons right there in 9th position. Here's a little ways to go to be up in the front pack. And there's Sean Kostritza. He's at 8th. There is the 49 of Chuck Blake. He's currently running at 7th. There's Tyler Evans. But the drivers who made pit stops, last pit stop, you look at Justin Winters up to the 18th spot right now. BJ, is this a waiting game for him?
Yeah, I think it's too much waiting at this point. It's I don't know, man. It's a tough position. Justin Winters now falling back to 20th as he's got David Farmer battling by him. But I'm almost worried there's too much of a waiting game for some of these guys. I have a feeling some of these guys that pitted on lap 103, 104 have a bad feeling for some of those guys that pitted. That these guys up in the front right now, GT Hawkins, Rocky Boyd, Nick Mills, Alex Huffman, they sat back and played the save mode.
They did. And look where they're at now.
Yeah, if they saved enough fuel to finish out this last 5 laps when these guys hit the stripe right here, some of these guys are in a real bad position now after pitting.
Well, GT Hawkins continues to lead. Rocky Boyd in that 2nd spot now. Nick Mills in 3rd. Then Alex Huffman in 4th. 5th is Brandon Robertson right there in his hip pocket. Tyler Evans has a lap car in between him and the 3 of Brandon Robertson. As they come out turn number 4, coming to 4 laps to go for GT Hawkins. You got to wonder if you're Rocky Boyd there, what you going to do? You're going to look to the end, you're going to look to the out, you're just going to try to see where he's weak at. You're going to try to study him for the next couple of laps and try to make that last lap move.
And right now, GT Hawkins being smooth as can be. He's not making any mistakes. You see him. He's got the right entry, brings it down to the line. Got the right exit, brings it back up to the wall. He's utilizing every bit of track that he needs to, every bit of track that he can to hold that momentum for that number 14 car, Rocky Boyd, all over the back bumper. But I think he's going to have to force an opening if he wants to win this race over GT. GT is not given any room right now. He's not given an inch. You see right there, the block came. Rocky Boyd tried to force the opening. make GT dive down and took a look back to the outside, but just wasn't able to get there. 2 laps remaining now for GT Hawkins.
Well, Travis Twitty right there, a lap down in 11th spot, currently running in 5th in line in at 29. As he's alongside of Alex Huffman. Now looks to the inside of Huffman as they come down the back straightaway with 2 laps to go. Actually, Twitty now to the apron, so Twitty going to be making a pit stop. As they come out of turn number 4, Barney has a white flag waving. 1 more to go.
And 1 more to go, and it does look like the fuel save mode was the way to go. Brian Terry out of 10th, runs out of fuel. Just calling that out, letting drivers behind him know that he's out of fuel. But the battle's on now. You got Rocky Boy to the outside. He's going to take over the race lead down the back straightaway, battling back on the inside. It's the 14 to GT Hawkins as they come through turns 3 and 4. Coming off of turn number 4 now, side by side. For the finish, Rocky Boy is going to come home with the race win.
GT Hawkins in 2nd, Alex Huffman in 3rd, Nick Mills in 4th, Brandon Robertson rounds out your top 5 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Bluegrass Cup Series. Rocky Boy picking up that win, and that was 10th the last couple laps. GT Hawkins just getting shy of that win.
And not the way, again, Steve, not the way that I expected that race to turn out. But one thing that changed for this race is we didn't see a driver come from the rear to win it. We saw a driver come from, I believe, 4th place and bring home the win. That's Rocky Boyd. Fantastic job by that driver there. Wow, what a race that was, and what a finish.
Well, if you look at it right now, the 3 drivers have won. It's been Keith Hackney, GT Hawkins as a win, and Mike Peters. So we can add Rocky Boyd to the winners list. And as long as he makes it so many races, he's in the chase, BJ.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how many races that has to be. I'm going to see if I can get a quick confirmation.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at your official results. Rocky Boy picking up the win with GT Hawkins in 2nd, Alex Huffman in 3rd, Nick Mills in 4th. Brandon Robertson comes home with the top 5. Tyler Evans in 6th, Sean Costrissa in 7th, Lucas Lyons in 8th, Matt Grenier in 9th, 10th to be Jonathan Atkins. Peyton Hubbard 11th, 12th, Jonathan Schwartz, Justin Winters in 13th, 14th is Tony Iverson. Brian Terry comes home 15th, 16th is Bill Hells. 17th will be Chuck Blake. 17th, Curtis Preston. 19th will be Dustin Renstittle. David Brackett, John Kinder, Brendan Holder, Frankie Broso, Scott Fritz, and Ryan Patty with the top 25. TJ Hanley come on 26th, Travis Twitty 27th, and Mike Peters home in 28th.
29th be Bill Miller. Josh Lockwood running out the top 30. Then Jason Bridges, David Farmer, Mo Abbott, Josh Clemens, RS Center, Ron Moores Jr., Keith Hackney, and James Silvers rounding out the field. James Silvers did not take the starting grid here tonight. And Rocky Boyd, if he races from here throughout the rest of the season, he makes a championship chase.
All right, we're going to throw it to a quick commercial. We'll be right back with post-race interviews. You're watching live the Bluegrass Cup Series. All right, welcome back. Let's go with the race winner. Rocky Boyd, you picked up the win there. Last lap pass. Congratulations.
Well, thank you guys.
Well, you know, it was interesting racing, and I'm sure y'all drivers studied the Cup, the Xfinity Series and the Truck Series, and you had to be scratching your heads coming into tonight.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting race because this Atlanta Motor Speedway obviously has that new configuration, and so it's a bit of mile and a half racing with the tire saving. But then at the end of the day, it's still a huge draft track, so you got to be able to manage it.
So coming down to that last pass, did you know you had it when you went, or you was just praying to the good Lord up above?
I didn't know if I was going to get him or not, but I knew it was my best shot. I knew if I went to his inside, he was just going to be able to pinch me down and I wouldn't get him. So I figured I had to make the move on the top, and down the front stretch, I just barely got his right rear and got that side draft, and it set me up there.
Well, if you race with the rest of the season, you'll be in the championship chase. So that's got to be a good feeling too.
Oh, yes, sir. It's amazing to be able to know I'm here to fight for a championship now.
Definitely. Go ahead. Thank those fine sponsors making it all possible for you.
Yeah, I gotta thank Boyd's Automotive, Arkham Setup Shop, Jared Buttbox, and all the guys at Cornerstone Motorsports for working with me all race there, and we were all on board with one another, and we all just waited to duke it out at the end there.
Alrighty, that is Rocky Boyd picking up tonight's win. Well, BJ, you caught up with our second place finisher tonight, GT Hawkins.
That's right. I caught up with the man driving the number 14. Man, what a job you did out here tonight. You stayed quiet throughout the night. Something we've seen a lot throughout this week. Drivers staying quiet. There at the end. Tell us a little bit about that race from your perspective.
Yeah, for a lot of it, I was trying to get to the front. I wasn't really trying to stay in the back. I couldn't find speed and was just kind of learning, I guess, a little bit. But yeah, it's a super speedway with tire saving, so I think that's an interesting dynamic. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was hauling at the end. I don't even know how I got out in front, but then I got a huge lead, and yeah, I was just kind of apprehensive to try to block any moves there. So good win to Rocky there.
It definitely seemed like there at the end with the way the pit stops were rolling in, like pit strategy played a really, really big factor into your second place finish here tonight. Did it roll out the way that you had originally planned, or did you just play it by ear throughout the entire night?
I mean, I knew when we got that last caution that we could make it on one more stop. So that kind of made it easy for us. And yeah, it was just trying to crawl back through the front because we started back pretty far. But yeah, it was a lot of fun cruising through the traffic.
Good, and thank your sponsor. Shout out to everybody. Help make it possible for you to get up there.
Thanks to Glory Pole, everybody at Bluegrass for putting this on. You guys for broadcasting. All my friends, family out there watching. Thanks.
All right, congratulations on your second place finish.
Appreciate it. Have a good night.
You too. Steve?
All right, you caught up with your third place finisher tonight, Alex Huffman. For the majority of the race, you were veered back deep in the field. Was that just a strategy?
Oh yeah, I didn't want to get caught up in any sort of mess that might have happened in front of me, and I just wanted to play it smart. And with all those cautions, or with that one caution that we had, I was like, I'm just gonna ride in the back here, save some fuel, and hopefully I can make it to about 30 to go, make it on one more stop, and barely did. I had a tenth of a gallon coming in, pretty much coming to 30 to go, and I was like, sweet. And then the rest of the race was just praying I could draft and not lose the front pack.
Well, I mean, you did one hell of a job there. I mean, coming home in third, a podium finish, that's got to be good for you. That's got to help the momentum going into the next race. I mean, this season, we went from like 13 regular drivers last season to a full field this season. I know it has some headaches there, but it puts in perspective because it puts in, you got to work for it now if you want to be up front.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
4 different winners in 4 weeks. And to run up front, you know, in a 35 to 40 car field, that shows your talent right there.
Gotta have that, that's for sure. I just got luck. They ruined Atlanta with this repave. I hate plate racing because it's just, I miss old Atlanta where it was all about throttle control, your rhythm, just beating, saving your tires. And here it was just really, can you stay in the draft? Can you make the right choice of when to lift to get your nose out just enough to be able to turn, because you cannot turn whatsoever if you're tucked up right behind somebody in these cars at this track. And it was just I don't know. I don't like this new layout. It's boring to me.
Well, you definitely, it might be boring, but you've at least got a podium finish. Go ahead and thank those fine sponsors making it all possible.
I gotta thank Brandon Robertson for working with me there, getting caught up to those lead guys. We had a couple of banana yellow cars hauling around the top, getting up there to the front. You guys at UDTV for broadcasting, Jason and Bluegrass, Deb at Old School Diecast, Elite Performance Industries, and of course myself of Huffman Designs with this bright yellow shenanigans I had tonight.
All right, Alex Huffman, congratulations on the top 3 here tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. And have a Merry Christmas.
You too.
Thank you. Well, BJ, we're going to conclude another broadcast. And like I said just a few moments ago, 4 races, 4 different winners. This is exciting season in here. I mean, it wouldn't shock me if we have a new winner all the way up to playoffs.
It most definitely is. One stat that I was looking at, 4 races, 4 different winners, Stephen. Put this out there. All 4 of those different winners were all Cornerstone drivers. 4 Cornerstone drivers in 4 weeks are locked into the playoffs.
Definitely. So that is something to be proud of for that team. As we're going to conclude our broadcast here with the Bluegrass Cup Series. I want to wish everybody at home have a very Merry Christmas and safe holidays. You've got to travel. Be safe out there. Know that a winter storm's coming through the central states Thursday into Friday. So you're in the central part of the states. Y'all need to be careful going into Christmas. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Steve Miller along with BJ Duvall. We're going to sign off, say good night, and God bless.